Hello everyone, welcome to the top plays and best moments from the NXL Texas event. Before we get into the top plays, we'll take a look at some of my favorites that didn't make the list. One more thing I'd like to mention, if you didn't get your fill of paintball footage from this video, I have over 4 hours of paintball content for YouTube and Patreon members with lots more on the way. Thanks to the 100 plus members that have already joined, and now let's get into the video. For our first clip, we have KC All-Stars taking on the RC Sea Dogs. During the first point, KC tries to make a move up the snake but gets caught in the foot, which allows Sea Dog snake player to wrap around and possibly get a 4-pack to take the point. Next up, we have Distortion versus Nasty in a point where the snake gets quad stacked. Haber ends up bunkering a ghost, but has enough time to recover from when Nasty feels the bunker move and wraps around. The player takes a couple nasty hits to the head, but takes out Haber. Then Stump gets a great shot on the player's knee to clear out the snake. For this third clip, Altitude rushes through the center early and at the right time to get a double kill on Leverage. Altitude gets a penalty bringing it to a 3-on-3, but the Dorito player snaps out Frankie, then wraps to get the double kill and possibly the triple. In this last clip, Wrecking Crew is trying to hold on to their lead against Midwest Saints. Sester takes an early walk for Crew, but they quickly kill the center player for Midwest Saints. Eventually it gets down to a 2-on-2 with Crew holding the cross, and when the Saints player tries to run down Ian in the corner, Tommy gets the shot on him first, leading to a major penalty. Alright, with some of my favorites out of the way, let's start off the list at number 9 with AZ Battlezone versus Wrecking Crew. This comes from the last prelim match where it was tied 2-2 with 2 minutes left on the clock. AZ catches Jacko crawling up the center and kills the wide guy on the D side. Then they kill the home to break the 3-player cross that Crew had. AZ pushes both sides of the field at the same time to kill the last 2 players and keep one alive to hang the buzzer with 22 seconds left. AZ would go on to win this match and give Crew their only loss of the event. Next up at number 8, we have Dynamic down by 2 against Ology in the prelims. Tyler gets shot early on in the point, and while both teams are in the center, Ology shoots first, giving away his position. Dynamic wraps around and gets the clean kill, but gets smoked trying to wrap a second time. Eventually, Ology is left with 2 players on the cross that holds for a while until Dynamic's center player inches his way up the field, getting a great shot on the snake player. The last 2 Dynamic players take out Josh and bring the game within 1. Moving on to number 7, we have Ology again taking on Crew this time in a tied semifinal match with 1 minute and 27 seconds left. Crew strikes first but gets a minor on the D side with 60 seconds on the clock. Jared dies out of the center and Crew desperately tries to keep the cross to prevent the push. With just 10 seconds left, Ology does a full field push with Tyler staying alive. He goes for the buzzer end, unfortunately missing it by less than a second. Wrecking Crew would go on to beat Ology in the overtime point, knocking them out of the semifinals. For number 6, RCC Dogs are down by 1 against Tiki's Totem in the Ochos. Both teams get a kill early on, then while swimming up the snake side, Tiki's snake player says "not today, Satan" and dodges a stream of paint. Not the coolest looking method for dodging paint, but it gets the job done. Soon after, Tiki's doubles the snake and gets a great shot on the Sea Dogs player. As things start to look bad for Sea Dogs, their corner player makes a great move moving out wide and catches the front snake player sleeping. Number 10 for Tiki's tries to sneak around the center for a kill, but ultimately gets caught trying to wrap the D side. Sea Dogs clean up the last snake player and tie the match 1-1. Cracking into the top 5, we have TJ Bastards down by 3 against Leverage in the quarterfinals. Both teams lose a body early, but shortly after, it turns into a 4-on-3 in favor of Leverage. After trying to fix his busted limb in the center, Pegleg gets a shot on Caputo and the snake, while Bastards also lose their snake player. Jake gets shot trying to fill back for Leverage, and Pegleg wraps to kill the center player. In one of the saddest rundowns I've ever seen, Pegleg limps his way to the Dorito and bunkers out Frankie. Bastards win the point to bring it within 2, and Pegleg limps off the field with a 4-pack. Here we go with number 4, Wrecking Crew is up by 1 against Ology in the semifinals. Crew gets an early kill, but Josh makes an amazing move to Crew's Dorito. He takes out Tommy at the can and Jared in the center. Ology gets another kill in the center, but Mark goes blind for a second, doesn't realize Ian, and almost gets taken out. Mark somehow stays alive here, and Ian decides to make sure that doesn't happen again. Crew's last player gets shot in the corner, and Josh comes over to hang the buzzer, staying alive the entire point, tying the match 3-3. For number 3, we are heading back to that TJ Bastards and leverage game where the score is 3-1 leverage. TJ get a much needed kill off the snake side early, but lose a body later on in the point. After a 3-minute stalemate, Zach moves back at the worst possible time and gets caught by Orange Beanie, who makes a move into the mini W. OB goes on to shoot another leverage player, then runs down Caputo Light in the snake and somehow doesn't get shot. He catches Frankie off guard in the corner and ends the point with a 4-pack to bring a match within 1. For the second spot on this list, we're headed back to the prelims where leverage are taking on Tiki's Totem. From what I can tell, it's a 5-on-5 situation here when Zach makes an insane move. He moves up the center on the snake side, first killing the front snake, killing 1 or 2 D-side players, looking at me directly in the eyes like, hey, make sure you get this, kills the snake 2 guy, then switches back over to kill the D-corner player. Zach isn't satisfied though and threatens his teammate by telling him he'll be kill number 6. Let's take a look at that again without me yapping over it. Much like me, Zach also doesn't know how many kills he got, but I'm happy saying he got all 5. An awesome move and well deserving of the number 2 spot. Before we check out number 1 on my list, here's a few more great plays that I felt like needed to be put into this video. Alright, here we go. Number 1 goes to this awesome overtime point from the semifinals match where Leverage takes on Growl. Growl strikes first, killing Frankie and almost catching Zach in the center. While Caputo probes for kills from the snake, Zach sits up mere seconds before the Growl player potentially takes that bump and just misses him. For nearly 4.5 minutes, nothing really happens during the point. But with 30 seconds left, Dawes pushes the center to trade out with Caputo, and at the same exact time, Growl's center player moves around to kill Zach while staying alive. Jake dies around that same time, which leaves Alfred in a 1v3 or a 1v4 situation with 12 seconds left. Alfred tries everything he can to delay them, but gets killed out of the snake. With time running out, Growl goes for the buzzer and hits it with 1 second left on the clock. The refs approve the point, and Growl knocks out Leverage in an amazing semi-final matchup. If you want to see the full versions of some of the matches I talked about today, feel free to consider becoming a member of the channel. You'll get access to over 10 full matches from this event and many other videos. Let me know if you agree with my list and if this type of video is interesting to you. I would love to make more of these, but I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Alright, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.